As of January 2023, roughly 59% of the total global population use some form of social media. Applications like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter have helped create a smaller world and allowed its user to easily connect with friends and family and share information around the globe. While there are many benefits, there are also some downsides that we want to explore today. In today's video, we want to talk about the pitfalls of social media and the implications it may have on its users. So sit back, enjoy, and hopefully you have some takeaways from this video, because chances are you or someone you know could fall under one of these categories. Number 1. Depression. Facebook was first launched in 2004 in Harvard University. Initially, it was only limited to people with Harvard email addresses, but soon quickly expanded to other universities and eventually to the general public in 2006. According to the Center for Diseases Control, the suicide rates among those between the ages of 10 to 24 has increased by 57% after 2007, concurrent to Facebook's rise in popularity. Given the parallel trend, it has led experts to believe that the use of social media could have negative effects related to depression. While there are no proof that these platforms directly cause depression, there has been many studies suggesting correlations between depressive symptoms and the use of social media. Some may suggest that users are exposed to negative stimuli such as cyberbullying, violence, unhealthy content, unhealthy life comparison, body shame, fear of missing out, and others. The association between the two remains unclear as there are many factors at play, but there are many studies suggesting the correlation, and it is definitely worth looking into. Number 2. Cyberbullying. The rise in social media has made interactions with people around the world incredibly easy, and that may not always be a good thing. While social platforms are good for staying connected with people, it also opens doors for cyberbullying, especially because the internet provides a certain anonymity that leads them to believe that there are zero consequences for their actions. Some forms of cyberbullying are, but not limited to, hurtful messages, cyber threats, spread of lies, embarrassing pictures, blackmails, privacy concerns, and hackers. According to Pew Research, nearly 46% of teens between ages of 13 to 17 have reported they have been bullied or harassed online. Applications like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter have the highest rates of cyberbullying because the users are easily identifiable since it contains personal information and pictures. Number 3. Privacy and security threats. Privacy is more concerning than ever in this digital age. The main concern for many of us is hackers getting into our account and stealing some personal and financial information. Then there is also the risk of someone stealing your photos and creating fake accounts pretending to be you. There are also physical safety risks when you post a story and tag your location. In 2022, rapper PNB Rock was brutally murdered in a Waffle House in LA. People were suspecting that the shooters got hold of his location because the rapper's partner posted their location publicly on Instagram. There has been many reports of users on Snapchat getting their accounts hacked, and their personal and explicit photos were disseminated all over the web. Some hackers also pretended to be the victims and requested family and friends to send them money. In July 2022, Twitter was hacked, and about 200 million email addresses got leaked into the dark web. These are just some examples of the potential risk when using these platforms. We all need to learn and practice safety measures and mitigate these risks for ourselves. Number 4. Inappropriate contents. With such minimal supervision and regulation surrounding what can be posted on the internet, it makes inappropriate contents extremely accessible. According to Pew Research Center, 46% of parents are most concerned about their children being exposed to inappropriate contents, beating out other categories like their children wasting too much time on social media, too much of a distraction, sharing too much information, being harassed or bullied, having anxiety, and low self-esteem. In this digital age, sexual contents are easier than ever to access, especially with platforms like OnlyFans being so prominent in today's digital society. For those of you who don't know, OnlyFans is a platform where registered creators can post any pictures they want and charge their fans a subscription fee or pay-per-view content. Anyone at legal age can sign up. Roughly 70% of materials posted on OnlyFans are sexual content. We're not going to dive deeply into the dark side of OnlyFans and the negative impact it may have in today's world. That will require a whole separate video on its own. There are also growing concerns of racial and violent contents posted on social platforms. Comment sections on most public Instagram pages are accessible by anyone, and it is not uncommon to see hateful comments that incite violence, that are racist, and that are sexual. Number 5. Negative effect on relationships. Imagine going on a date and having that person spend most of their time either scrolling through Instagram, updating their Facebook status, Snapchatting their friends, or retweeting on Twitter. Or imagine being in a committed relationship and begin to doubt whether or not this is what you want because your significant other doesn't do certain things that you see couples do on Instagram. Or imagine you scrolling through your feeds and see your significant other liking a post that you find to be inappropriate and become jealous. Social media has great potential to wreak havoc to your relationships. It could cause less quality time spent together. There could be negative comparison of your own relationship with others, or comparing your significant other with others. Social media allows you to connect with people, which in its own ugly way can cause jealousy among couples. It is important to not let disingenuous attention or opinions online be the reason of an unhealthy relationship. Number 6. Increased craving for attention. How many of us have posted a picture on Instagram and find ourselves constantly going back to see how many likes we got? Social media is forming a bad behavioral habit, and it is making users crave attention. Our brain releases dopamine when we receive likes, acknowledgement, and positive response from our Instagram posts. Think of your likes as the rewards that we receive that makes us feel good. This phenomena is causing some people to lose sight of reality, believing they are privileged or superior than others because they have more followers. Every time we post something on Instagram and we're just asking others to like us, just so we can get a false sense of validation and acceptance. Social media is causing us to become sad attention seekers and making us lose sight of the actual important things that matter to us. We need to remember that the attention you receive or do not receive online should not matter. We should not let our social media platforms define and change who we are. Number 7. Negative body image. There are many studies suggesting correlations between negative self-body image and social media usage, especially among young women. Constant exposures to models on Instagram with what users deem as the idealized body and look can cause an unrealistic expectation of how their body should be, which can lead to unhealthy eating behaviors and disorders. In fact, researchers found that the more social media applications a person used, the more likely they were to consider cosmetic surgery. This is evident with reported rise in cosmetic surgeries from 17.2% in 2014 to 18.2% in 2017, and the rate is expected to grow even more in coming years. In fact, there is a growing trend called Snapchat dysmorphia, where patients will bring a picture of them with a Snapchat filter and ask surgeons to make them look like it. In a research published by the American Psychological Association, shows that those who reduced their social media use by 50% saw significant improvement in how they feel about their weight and overall appearance. Number 8. Non-authentic. Now, we're not saying there is no authenticity in Instagram posts, but what we're saying is that you should understand that pictures on Instagram are doctored to look the way they do, and that you should not take it as unrealistic expectations. The dark truth is most of the people posting pictures on Instagram wildly edit their photos. In fact, a survey conducted by Case24 found that 71% of people edit their pictures before posting on Instagram. Now, editing pictures is not surprising, but what might surprise you is some of the crazy things you can edit now. There are some simple edits like filters, exposures, lighting, and etc. Then there are more crazy edits like removing skin lesions, enhancing the body, making the lips bigger, whitening your teeth, reshaping your face, removing unwanted people or buildings, and even giving yourself a six-pack. So the next time when you're scrolling through Instagram and start feeling bad about yourself, remember that the probability that the picture is wildly edited to look nice is high. Number 9. Addiction. Addiction Center describes social media addiction as being overly concerned about social media, driven by an uncontrollable urge to use, and devoting so much time and effort that it impairs other important life areas. According to the Addiction Center, majority of social media users are non-problematic, but between 5 to 10% of American users meet that addiction criteria. The article also suggests that social media addiction carry out symptoms similar to other addictions, such as mood swings, salience, tolerance, withdrawal, conflict, and relapse. Some negative impacts social media addiction could have on your life include, but are not limited to, sleep disturbance, deprived of in-person interactions, lack of emotional connections, and distraction from school or work. Number 10. Fear of missing out or FOMO. Ever go on your Instagram and see people you follow post being somewhere or doing something and feel left out? You might find comfort knowing that you are definitely not the only one. There has been studies suggesting fear of missing out or FOMO can lead to more compulsive behavior of having to use social media more often, which can lead to addiction, anxiety, and other problems. Thank you for watching, and we hope there were some takeaways from this video, and don't forget to subscribe and check out our other videos.